What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got the very first deck profile for 2020. This is my updated Dark Magician deck profile post Legendary Duelist Magical Hero post 2020 ban list. This is going under Master Rule 5. I am a little embarrassed though because I don't have all of the new. I literally don't have all, and I don't have any of the new cards that were in the Legendary Duelist set. But that's okay. It doesn't matter because I am actually going to be showcasing to you guys what the deck is about. So let's get right into it. So first up, obviously, you gotta have three copies of Dark Magician. This is a standard format. If you're not running 3 Dark Magicians, what the hell are you playing Dark Magicians for? Plain and simple. Plain and simple. You can't go wrong with playing 3 Dark Magicians. Next up, I am running the 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon, and the reason why is because of the extra deck. Is because I have the Red Eyes Black Dragon sword. You equip it onto Dark Magician. Its attack points will go up immensely, so you can't go wrong with Red Eyes. Next up, I am, and again, I don't have any of the newer cards, including this one. I am actually going to be running two copies of Nibiru the Primal Being. Hand traps really don't matter to me. The only thing that matters is just breaking your opponent's board with Nibiru. It's literally a game changer with this card. Then I've got 1 Buster Blader, again fusions because of Dark Paladin. Next up, I will be running 2 copies of Apprentice Illusion Magician. Some people run 3 because they think that it's good. The way I see it, and this is just my personal opinion, if you run 3 and you have all 3 in your hand, it's a break because you won't be because if for some reason you have all 3 Dark Magicians in your graveyard and you got like one of these in your hand or something like that, it's a break. So you won't be able to literally you won't have any outs for it at all. So that's why I'm only running 2. It's because I want to use 1 for the searcher of Dark Magician and use the other one use the other one for the hand trap effect, where it gains 2,000 points. Next up, I got 1 copy of Dark Magician Girl. You only need one in this format. Yes, I am using I would assume this is the uncensored version because it's got a little bit of cleavage there. I'm actually running this version of Dark Magician Girl because the artwork looks amazing, honestly. But I am running 1 copy of Dark Magician Girl because if you run multiple copies, it's a brick. You won't be able to go for an OTK if you run multiple copies. So just running one is perfectly fine. Honestly, there are a few cards that I will be getting from a trade anyway. So shoutouts to one of my good friends, Augusto, for hooking me up with the second one. But I will be running 2 copies of Palladium Oracle Mana, and the reason why is because you want to use her for the negate. You want to use her as a card effect disruption. This is literally one of the best cards to use in a Dark Magician build because she can negate your opponent's card effect that targets one of your spellcasters, and that's how good she is. So I prefer to run 2. Next up I'll be running. Now for the 4-star monsters, I'll be running 1 copy of Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. This is basically a monster called by the grave. Target your opponent's hand traps, remove them entirely from the game. That simple. And now for spell counters, because I know that there are some Dark Magician decks that run spell counters. I will be running 1 skill Dark Magician and 2 Magical Exemplar. The reason why I'm running Exemplar is because with her any spell card that is activated, she gets 2 spell counters. And when you've accumulated a good amount, you can literally just summon literally any spellcaster that you want from your. I think it's from your hand or graveyard. I think. Is it? Yeah, yeah, from your hand or graveyard, and that's how she's really good in this format because you can you can remove 7 counters, summon Dark Magician, and then activate Circle's Effect to just completely destroy your opponent's board. So that's why I'm running Exemplar. It's a great way to get out Dark Magician if you don't have any outs. And now to round off with the monsters, I'm running 3 copies of Magician's Rod, Easy Searcher, can't just plain simple, 100% mandatory to run. Just a great way for you to get out your dark magical circle or even to your Eternal Soul. And then last but not least, I'll be running the probably the most expensive card in the deck, and that is 3 copies of Magician's Souls. This is currently being used in Spirals because of its draw effect. So I am running 3 copies because Magician's Souls is really good because this is another really good way to summon Dark Magician from your graveyard if you don't have Eternal Soul. So it's really that good. Plus it's a really good target for the Link Monster Witch's Apprentice, which I'll explain that later on in the video. Sorry. Now for the spells. First up, I am running all 3 legendary dragons. So Call of Heramos, I told you guys before. Target Red Eyes, get out the sword easily, plain simple. Critias, mainly for Ring of Destruction to get out your Destruction Dragon because I am running Mirror Force and also Ring of Destruction in the main deck, and yeah, so. In my opinion, anyway, these 2 are 100% mandatory, especially Eye of Timaeus, 100% mandatory. Go for Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, or even also go for Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. One of those 2, any of those 2 would be perfect, so you can't go wrong with using legendary dragons. Next up, I got the 1 Foolish Burial Goods, and the reason why is because I am running 2 copies of Magician Navigation. So you want to use 1 Navigation for its special summon effect, and use the other one for its negate effect. That's why I'm running the Foolish Burial Goods. Next up, I will be running 1 copy of Soul Servant. In this build, you only need 1 because you don't want to draw too many cards in this format. You just want to try and just completely wipe out your opponent's life points as soon as possible, especially if you're going second, because this is more of a go second deck, but it wouldn't really hurt for this deck to be a go first deck. So only 1 copy of Soul Servant, easy, just literally this card is a pot of greed. Literally, it's a pot of greed, and it's just that good. And then next up, I was going to be running 1 Poly and then 2 of this card, but I decided to run 3 because it's super broken. I will be running 3 copies of the new spell, Secrets of Dark Magic. So, to show off the extra deck a little bit, just in terms of Dark Magician, I have Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, Dark Paladin, and also I'll be running 1 copy of the Dark Magicians. So going back with the Eye of Timaeus, that's 4. It's literally 4 four fusion cards. So you have 3 Secrets of Dark Magic. You can go for the Dark Magicians, Dragon Knight, any of the Dragon Knights, Dark Paladin. It's literally that good. That's how good it is. That's how good this deck, these 3 are. Is if you have Dark Magician and Buster Blader, you can go for Dark Paladin. The possibilities are endless with this card, and plus if you're running what is it? If you're running any of the any ritual cards, this card can also be used as a ritual spell as well. Next up, I have one card, the one Monster Reborn. It's Monster Reborn, easy, another really good dark magician out. Then I'm running 3 copies of Dark Magical Circle, pretty standard in this format. This card is just absolutely broken, especially if you're going up against a Boral Sword. It's not being destroyed by a card effect, but it's being removed from the game by a card effect, so it's just that broken, honestly. And now to round up the spells, I am running 3 copies of Wonder Wand. So this is why I'm not running 3 Soul Servant or whatever. It's because of Wonder Wand. I'm using the three copies of Wonder Wand because of its pot of greed effect, and yeah, it's just really good. It's another really great way to try and top deck another Dark Magician card, like potentially the fusion card. And to round up the spells, you're probably gonna wonder why I'm running this card, but you will know once I get to the extra deck. But I'm only running one copy of this card because I don't want to run too many of them, and that's this. With the new ban list, I am going to be running one copy. I'm running one copy of the Phantom Knights Rank Up Magic Launch. Yes, I am running this card. Literally the most broken card. One of the most broken cards in the format. With Outer Entity Azathoth gone, people can now use this card to go from the Phantom Knights Cursed Javelin to go straight into Break Sword, or Dark Rebellion into Dark Requiem Exceeds Dragon. So many different ways to use the card, but I'll show you why I'm using mine. Why I'm using this once I get to the extra deck. Now for the traps, I'm actually running 9 different trap cards. So obviously I'm running 2 copies of Magician Navigation. I spoke about that earlier. Then I'll be running 2 copies of Evenly Matched. Aside from Nibiru, I think this is the only hand trap that I'm running, honestly, because this is a really great way. This card is a really great way to just completely throw your opponent off balance, and it's just really that good. Next up, again, for Critics, I got Mirror Force and Ring of Destruction. And last but not least, to round up the spells, I am running 3 copies of Eternal Soul. Yes, Eternal Soul can let you do whatever the hell you damn well please, but if it gets destroyed, you're pretty much fucked, because this card can just remove your board entirely. So it's basically a double-edged sword at this point. Alright, you guys, now it's time to get into the extra deck and also the side deck. I'll be showcasing to you guys my side deck, just as an option for you guys. So again, showing it off, I'm using Dark Magician, Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, Dark Paladin, and also the Dark Magicians. This card, the Dark Magicians, is a really excellent draw card. It doesn't matter whether your opponent is activating a card, had activated a card effect, or you. This card can give you a draw, and if it's a spell or trap card, you can just play it face down. It's really that good. Literally, it's that good. Then, of course, I have the one Red Eye Sword, Destruction Dragon, and also Mirror Force Dragon. Now, I'm going to showcase to you guys why I'm running this card. So first up, I have Ebon Illusion Magician. Then I'm going to be running Ebon High Magician, number 11 Big Eye, as well as Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. So each of these is Dark Attribute. The Phantom Knights rank up Magic Launch targets Dark Exceeds monsters that have no materials. If you use any of these, you can go straight into number 68. So that's why I'm actually running this card is because I'm using these as targets for number 68. So that's why. And you guys are probably wondering that it's not going to work out. Trust me, I did extensive testing. It is that good. It's literally broken. And now for the rest of the extra deck, the only 3 Link monsters I'm running are going to be Saryuja, Top Electric Bomber, and also Wee Witch's Apprentice. These are the only Link monsters that I'll be going into. I'm using Saryuja mainly just for its draw effect. Bomber Dragon just as a bit of an extender, going into going up against decks like True Kings. I think it's True King Dino, Lost World Dino, Cyber Dragons, whatnot. This card can deal damage. Wee Witch's Apprentice, any and all dark monsters that you control gain some points. So you really can't go wrong with that. Alright, you guys. Now to go into the extra deck. This is just my side deck option anyway. Some people run the like literally the most expensive cards out there, but here's my side deck options. So first up, I'm running 2 copies of Artifact Lancia. If you guys don't know what this card does, basically it's basically DD Crow. Basically, if you guys don't know, Lancia is basically DD Crow, just plain and simple. Next up, to go up against Mystic Mine Exodia, I'm running 2 copies of Denko Seka. 2 copies of Denko going up against Exodia Mystic Mine, or pretty much any deck that facilitates a lot of spells and traps. This card is the best way to go. Next up, I have the one Majesty's Fiend going up against a lot of decks that have multiple effects. This card is the best. Is literally the card to win, the card to go. And to round off the monsters, I am running 2 copies of Vanity's Fiend. Again, I guess special summon. There's a lot of decks that can facilitate that can do special summon, and probably the most broken card ever. You want to talk about Nibiru? This is this right here is the OG Nibiru. 2 copies of the Winged Dragon of Ra, Sphere Mode. Yes, I'm using the 2 copies. Yes, I am using the one that I got from Dual Power, and my Korean one that I got from when I opened up my Battle City box. If you guys have not checked out those videos, you guys really should. But if you guys don't know, the Winged Dragon of Raw Sphere Mode basically just targets 3 of your opponent's go-tos, and this guy comes out. So you really want to run 2, because this card can basically just Nibiru your opponent and just break their boards, basically. So yeah. And now to round up the rest of the side deck, I'm running 1 Dark Burning Magic. I thought about putting this in the main, but it's a break, because I'm only running 1 Dark Magician Girl, and there's multiple copies of Dark Magician in the main. So this card is pretty much a break, but it's really perfect, a really good side deck option. Summon Dice, because if you don't have any outs, if you don't have any way to summon Dark Magician, whether it's Magician Souls, Monster Reborn, Eternal Soul, or whatever, this card is the best way, is really good, because you can roll a die, and if you end up rolling a 5 or a 6, you can actually special summon Dark Magician from your graveyard, which is absolutely incredible. Or actually no, from your hand. But if you end up getting a 3 or 4, you can actually summon Dark Magician from your graveyard. And now to round off the rest of the the rest of the side, I am running 2 copies of Wiretap and then the 1 red reboot. But that is my Dark Magician deck. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this. And that is going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links will be down in the description below. And if you guys have any family you want to send me, letters, whatnot, my address will be at the top of the description below. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.